My best memory was in year 3 when I joined. Everyone said hi to me and I had a really nice time. They made me feel welcome and I have loved being in this school.
My favourite memory is when we went to Oaklands and we got to go on a lot of different adventures, but my favourite part has to be when we did a night walk attached to the road going around the forest.
I remember when we went to Bidston and we had this rock climbing pole and it was thrilling but it was exciting and we had to abseil back down to the ground. It was like jumping off a house.
I remember going to Liverpool and going on the Radio City Tower. I was afraid of heights back then, before I went to Oaklands, and my granddad told me that it used to be a restaurant. And anyways, I hope all of my friends have an amazing time in year 7.
I remember in year 5 when we went to Bidston and we did loads of activities. It was so fun. I'll always remember my time in Bidston Avenue Primary School.
I've had many memories over the last couple of years in Bidston Avenue Primary School, and all of those trips and the loving teachers that have cared for us over the years. I wish a very big farewell to all my classmates and a very big good luck.
When me, Cohen and Luke were doing gorge walking at Oaklands and Cohen helped me not fall into the water. And when we went into the mine and my feet got numb because the water was really cold. Me, Casper and Ashton played together in lockdown when I drew a pumpkin with arms and legs.
My Bidston memory is when we went to London and I went up the London Bridge. It nearly took half an hour just to go up the stairs. We nearly took all the pictures on our disposable cameras. Then as we were going, Mr. Brooks told us to lie down on the glass floor and pretend we were falling down onto the cars.
We went on a trip to London. We stayed on the famous ship HMS Belfast, and on the same day we also went to see the Matilda play. It was amazing, but Kale got sick though. The second day we woke up and we got a tour of the entire ship. It was amazing. And also, the same day we went to Tower Bridge and got some cool pictures of us lying on the glass. And then later I went to the Tower of London and saw all the royal jewels and King Henry VIII's armour.
In Barnstable, we did this obstacle course and everyone was helping each other get over this plank with massive springs under it so to make it wobbly, and we all struggled, but yeah, in the end we got through, and I hope everyone in my class and everyone that's going to high school has a brilliant time in high school. In Oaklands, we were on a rope blindfolded and I fell in mud. It was funny. We ziplined across a mountain and walked at the edge of a cliff. That's why Oakland's is my favourite trip.
I remember when I went to Bidston. I first woke up at 7 o'clock. I was with Andreas, Bobby, Jack, Luke and Cohen. I woke up and something went wrong. The shower head fell off as it was turned on. We tried to fix the shower head, making a racket. Miss Mears came in and shouted at us for making a racket. She fixed the shower head and we had to get ready to do daily activities.
My time at Bidston Avenue has been the best of the best. I really enjoyed my time here and all the people that I've met, and and made friends with. My favourite memory of Bidston Avenue Primary School is going to London. It was the best time that I've ever had in my life. I wish everyone good luck, and I really enjoyed my time here. Thank you for having me, Bidston Avenue Primary School.
So my favourite memory in the entirety of Bidston Avenue Primary School was in year 2 when I went to a football tournament. We were accompanied by Mr Brooks, Mrs Lume, Mr Ward and Mr Mitchell. We did really good as we came second place, just being beat by all the team. We scored a total of 68 goals and came second with 24 points, and first was only 6 points ahead of us.
I remember going to Oakland when I was in year 5. A fancy coach picked us up to take us there. I shared a room with my friends called Matthew and Pinars and Alfie. We had a good laugh. My favourite activity was gorge walking because one kid got soaked and had to stay in their wet socks.
I can remember when I went to Oaklands and I really enjoyed representing the school in competitions and also I loved going to London. I also want to say a massive thank you to Bidston Avenue and all of its teachers.
My favourite memory is of our HMS Belfast, where we slept on a real battleship in London, where we had a great view of the Tower Bridge, and we slept where real crew did in World War II.
My most important memories here are probably the trips and all the friends I've made, and working as a team with my class. We've been on so many adventures and like Oakland, London, Liverpool and Barsendale, and I've just made so many friends here, and I wanted to say thank you to the teachers and all my friends that I've had over the past 7 years. Thank you.
In Oakland, we did a lot of wonderful things, such as rock climbing, got into caves and went into rivers. It was extremely fun.
I've had lots of fun memories at Bidston Avenue, but I particularly like London, Oaklands and Barnstable. I love staying at Barnstable and Oaklands because they took us on amazing adventures and created lots of fun and great memories. I like the mines and the mini games and more. London was very different because it didn't bring us on adventures, however it did create lots of fun memories such as the Matilda play, the Tower Bridge and staying at the HMS Belfast ship. I will miss all my classmates and teachers, but remembering these memories makes me feel so much better. Thank you Bidston Avenue for making my time at Bidston Avenue Primary School the best and as fun as possible.
I remember going to Liverpool and going in the Radio City Tower. It was very fun. I hope everyone has a good time at high school.
I remember the time we went to Oakland and we went in the mine. It was so fun. And then I remember the time we went gorge walk and we all got soaking. And I also want to say thank you to all the Bidston Avenue teachers.
My favourite memory is when we went to the cinema and George's nan came and made it so special. We all laughed like a family and enjoyed being a class. After the cinema, we also went to the beach and buried ourselves in sand and played tag. I'm going to miss our class.
My favourite memory is that I have grown up with the school from preschool to year 6 leaving. I also loved Oakland, especially the slate night.
My best memory is when we went to Oakland and we went to the gorge and had to make sure we didn't fall. Then we went to the mine next to the gorge and I got to hold a candle to light the way through it.
My favourite memory was when we were in Oakland, and that night we held onto a rope and we walked through the forest and everyone kept slipping and it was dead funny.
My favourite memory is when I went to Oakland. It was great to spend time with my friends. This is the best school ever. My friends are amazing and so are my teachers. I learn things every day and have fun. I will always remember it.
My favourite memory is where we all went to Oakland and we went to the annex and had to do weather reviews. And I had loads of fun in my bedroom with my mates, staying up till 12 o'clock in the night.
My favourite memory was in Barnsdale because I got Star of the Week for being the muddiest there, and another one was in Oaklands because it was super funny and it was super adventurous.
My memory is where I was in Barnsdale. Then someone pushed me off a climbing frame. I was scrabbled on though, but it always makes me laugh when I think of it.
My favourite memory was when we came back to school after lockdown. It was amazing seeing all of our friends and teachers again after a really long time. I even loved doing my work at school again. I was also really excited to go home and tell my parents about what we did at school that day.
My memory of Bidston Avenue was in the year 4 to play when I was the donkey. It was the best ever and it was so fun. I was amazing and I feel like I blasted it out. It was so fun.
My favourite memory was going to the beach in year 3. I loved this because when we went, we had lunch there on the sand. And I also loved it because we went to see Despicable Me 3. After we saw the movie, we took the bus back to school, and that was my favourite memory from Bidston Avenue.
My favourite memory is when I came into the school in reception and thought it was a big school. I have grown up in this school and spent most of my life in it. I will miss you all. Thank you, Bidston Avenue.
My favourite memory of Bidston Avenue Primary School is when I first met my true best friend and knowing that I have trust in her and that I'm going to be her best friend forever.
So my favourite memory was when we went to Oakland and I got to stay in a room with my friends, and when we went out on one of the nights, I think it was, Finley got dead muddy because he fell in like this big hole and it was just full of mud. And then everybody got to spray with the hose.
My memory is when we went to Oaklands and went down a gorge walk. My other memory is when we went on a night walk and had to hold on to a rope and we got muddy and wet.
My favourite memory is when I went to Oaklands on the gorge walk. I went up a waterfall and I got soaking and I found a cave and I needed torches.
My favourite memory is when I went to Oakland and when we went on the zip line because it was extremely fun, and then when we went gorge walking.
My favourite memory is when me, Ella Robin and a couple of other people went to Barnsdale and we danced all night, and then the teacher came in and knocked on the door and told us all to go to bed.
Endless travelling adventures, amazing views, delicious food and amazing pictures and views to keep and cherish over the years. Have amazing memories with you and your friends to hold deep in your heart for years. I had the time of my life in London with my class. The London Bridge was amazing with a glass-clad floor. It was very amusing, and the Ferris wheel very high but slow for a long amazing view.
My best memory is when we went to London, and it was really fun because we got to stay up and we went to a musical, and I love musicals. We went to go see Matilda and it was really amazing. And I really enjoyed staying up later, which was really fun and everybody was really happy.
We went to London in year 4 and whilst we were there we stayed on a Belfast ship. After we went to the ship and we got to settle into our beds, we got to go out to the London Eye. Whilst we were on the London Eye, we saw Big Ben. Then on the second day, we went on the Tower of London. We also got to walk along the glass. Then on the second night, we got to see a live Matilda performance. Then, the main part was we got to go to 10 Downing Street.
My favourite memory was when we went to Oakland and we went rock climbing. I didn't get all the way to the top,
but it was okay. And I remember when we used to cook in the kitchen, we used to make like pizza and noodles, and we would do this like quiz around the start, and if you got the question right, you got to try like the dried fruits or something. I remember when we went to Liverpool and we went on like the boat, and me and Ellie were like drawing like dresses and styles and stuff and that. And when we went to London, we went on the London Eye and stayed on a ship, but it didn't move. We had to walk on like glass floor and like lie on it. It was really scary.
I remember in year 4 we had this day and it was called Roald Dahl Day, and we all got to dress up in like Roald Dahl characters, and we got to eat loads of sweets.
My favourite memory was when we went to Chester Zoo and the movies, because it was the last trip we went on with my nan before she passed away, and it just brings a smile to my face when I remember it.
My favourite memory was Oakland's. We went to this mine, it was like freezing cold water, and we had to walk through it all the way, and I think we stopped at some point to eat our lunch, and then we carried on. And after we walked through the mine, we had to go on this boat across like this tunnel with like a cave with water, and we went on a zip line across the water.
My favourite memory is when me, Kirsty and Anaya dressed up as the Powerpuff Girls for World Book Day and we looked really good.
My favourite memory is meeting my best friends, even though they're the weirdest people I've ever met in my entire life. Even if we don't always agree on things, in the end they're still my best friends.
When we were in year 3, we were allowed to go to Bidston Hill. We were allowed to draw, sketch, climb trees and play games with each other. We also went on last day.
I've had very good memories of the school, like when we went to Bidston Hill and we built a stick fort in the hill bit by the trees, and then also when we went to Barsendale and it was really rainy and we were like cold the next day because we still had to stay outside and do all the tasks. And then also this school has just changed basically my life, and it has taught me everything I know. And yeah, basically everything I know is because of this school, so I'm very thankful.
I remember when we went to all those athletics competitions, and I think that's when I met Miss Kelly, and she was nice to us, and she's loving and caring. And then we went Barnstondale and Oaklands. Oaklands was one of the best trips because we went in the mines and the caves and all like water and that. And then after that we all went to Bidston Hill when we were little, and Chester Zoo. Chester Zoo was fun because I can't remember if anyone else went to Chester Zoo in the school, because that's very expensive for all of us, and I'll miss everyone in their own way. And thanks, Bidston Avenue.
I had to stay in a room with all my friends, and
Bidston Avenue teachers, and bye. Oh, it's recorded.